Hi, I'm Jessica Barnthouse for Arlington Public News, and I'm here at Town Hall. I'm going to go talk to Adam Chapdelaine, the town manager, and see how town meeting went. What were some of the big votes that passed and some of the big things that got voted down?
So there were two proposals for zoning in regards to medical marijuana. One was to zone it in the central business district, and one was to put a one-year moratorium on it. It was unsuccessful. Town meeting did not approve zoning it in the central business district, but they did approve they did approve a moratorium. Town meeting also approved the electronic town meeting. So next year, we'll be actually experimenting with electronic town meeting voting. They approved the changes to animal control. They approved the budget. And town meeting also approved the purchase of an economic development or tourism booth to be located at the Uncle Sam Park. So that was another highlight of town meeting this year.
I've heard around town and at the station and everywhere, everyone's marveling at how short it was this year. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So we went 6 nights, and my understanding is that that's a record for the shortest town meeting in Arlington in anyone's living memory here who is currently part of Arlington town meeting. I've heard that when Proposition 2.5 went into effect in either 1980 or 1981, that town meeting in Arlington went about 20 or 21 nights. And even my first year here, this is my 4th town meeting now, I believe we went 10 nights. So this was a very short town meeting by Arlington standards.
And what do you think contributed to that?
Well, there was fewer articles than in years past. Combined with the annual town meeting and the special town meeting, there was only 57 articles. Compared to last year, we had nearly 80 articles. So I'm not really sure what contributed there to being less warrant articles, and there was still a great deal of debate on a number of the issues. But I think the debate was somewhat trimmed, and some of that could have been prompted by the time limit being shortened last year from 10 minutes to 7 minutes. And aside from that, I'm not really sure what created a shortened process, but several town meeting members have expressed to me that they were happy that it's through, and I can attest for myself and other department staff that we're happy that it's through and we're back to doing the business of the town.
Can you talk a little bit, just real quick, about the importance of town meeting?
I call town meeting democracy in its purest form, and I think it's a very interesting legislative and governmental process. And it's very thorough, and 252 elected members are able to come and vote on zoning changes, bylaw changes, and the town's budget, which is really the town's biggest policy document each year. It talks about where our priorities are. But from an engagement tool, it really gives us an opportunity as we work in town government to get out there and talk to a lot of people. I mean, we have to really explain ourselves to a great deal of the residents through this town meeting form of government. And other forms of government where there's just an elected council, that's maybe 9 or 11 people that the governing, the town manager or the city manager or the mayor in different forms of government has to deal with on a regular basis. Here we have this larger group of people that we have to sell our ideas to and our proposals to. So I think it really enhances the engagement of residents in town.
Great. Well, thank you so much. It was really great talking to you and catching up about town meeting.
All right. Thanks for having me.